welcome back again to another stream. Hopefully this one will be okay. So we got new stuff coming today, which is great. I got the gym striker and the guard custom, so that gives us some more stuff to work on in future. I just realised I'm not set up here for this stream. Let's just quickly edit some of the settings before Susan does me out of some YouTube stuff that I should be getting. There we go. Okay. So we're good. So, still have nowhere to put that runner yet. I'm gonna have to put it in the trash bag later. Let's do the easiest section here and get that out of the way, which is the head unit. Okay. So there's the top of the head. And then these other bits here, they're really nice and smooth, these parts, but I don't want to mess them up when cutting them out. Oh, yeah, I'm on there. Oh! That motor, I'm dropping parts again. So there's going to be bits for the head, and then I think there's back of the legs on here, some of the hands, some of the arm bits. We're a bit all over the place right now. Like I said, I'm just trying to get the easiest to recognize parts done first. A lot like the other kits, and then we'll obviously move on to some of the other stuff. I ordered myself some files, finally. So that'll be good for later on. Love the way they've got a knob right next to a peg here as well, so when I file this down, it's going to be scraping on it just a little bit. It's one of those things where it also looks a lot like part of the nub, so I don't want to cut it off just in case. Could always fit the parts together and see how they go together, and then adjust if I need to. One of the baggies fell off this side here, the work in progress one. Normally for when I end the stream halfway. Okay, so let's file this down. I've not decided on what I'll do yet. The gym striker or the gym guard custom next. Maybe I should do the guard custom and then the striker. Just because the guard custom has that big shield, a bit like this. I'm used to all the smaller shields from the ground Gundam, but let's just get into this here. So the head sections, the way that they join together, that definitely looks around the back like that needs to be pressed in there. It's really weird because it sits off the top now. I'm assuming that's deliberate because of the black section that goes in there that I've not yet put together. Just trying to understand how this goes together so I can file it down. So yeah, it's definitely not a nub then, because it goes together like that, roughly. Okay. So that part's done, I think. Okay. Says the top of the head done. I just don't want to lose any of these other bits. can't wait until I get the new files in, because they're going to be really good. Files, sanding sticks, whatever you want to call them, you know. Come on now. Trying to just file down this nub on the side of the head here. Like, if anything, the head unit is probably the most important part of the mobile suit. So if this looks terrible, it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. Hey, X-Ram. Nice to see you. Just do an audio check for me. How's it hanging, you know? Audio not too loud. I'm not too low. Hopefully everything's fine. It's perfect. Nice. Thank you very much, sir. So yeah, for anyone in... Hey, Nugs. Nice to see you too. So for anyone who wasn't around at the beginning of this stream, because it started, what, 6 minutes ago? I have got the Guard Custom and the Striker now. They just came in the mail today. I love that I've been calling them out for like a month, saying like, come on, seriously, where's my other suits? And they've arrived, so hopefully, with any luck, HRJ's back order will get the Camphor, Waddles, and the BD2 in, so I can get those too. That would be real nice, especially if I can get them at like the beginning of next year. I reckon this project, with a little bit of an estimate, should be done about halfway through next year. It would be done quicker, but you know, with how everything's going, it's a little bit slow. It'll go faster if I can, one, get all the kits pretty early, and you know, if I can paint them up, spend like a good day painting them all. Hands are in short supply, says Nugs. Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. I feel like after... God damn it. This baggie again. So the work in progress baggie. Oh no, it's not even the baggie this time. Everything keeps falling off the BD1 box here. It's like I've got the BD1 box to the side. I've got like the work in progress baggie and the Gyan manual on my right, and it just slipped off, you know, and landed on the floor. Really annoying. Sat here thinking, where's it going? And it's just like, yeah, I'm out of here, dude. It's fine, you don't need the manual. It's like, no, I do. I need to find out what's going on here. I'll tell you what though, this setup that I've got for streaming kits now is a lot better than the previous setup that I had. Like the previous setup, I had to kind of be really ghetto about it because it was jank. I was using like a tripod and then aiming down at the table from a really high height. Whereas this is just a scissor arm that's located up there. It's so good. So good, so much better. So much easier to work without something really being in my way too much. Because the tripod was always in the way. It was nice having it, but it was a bit of a pain, so I'm glad I forked out a little bit for another scissor arm, one for my microphone and one for the camera. Come on now. Okay. Just round that off here. Let's see what other nubs I've got. Oh, there's a nub. There's a nub. Just on the bottom here. I was just about to say, where's all the other nubs here? And then next minute, there's one on the bottom. Okay, that's done. Oh, plastic everywhere. Like, you know when you take off nubs and stuff on plastic, and they end up going all over the place, and you end up having to vacuum later on to get rid of them all on the floor. I've got that all over the desk at the moment. You might be able to see little bits around here, but there's a lot of them. Right, let's see what are the parts on this runner. So I need to constantly be checking here so I can get the right stuff. Hey Proof, how's it going? It's going alright. I was right about the back of the leg, so I can go back to the legs here. Head. Arms. Next one's gonna be torso in a moment. Oh no, beam saber. I might have picked up the wrong one there. Torso. Legs. Love the way I'm keeping track of this. Maybe you've been going to the finer grids too early. Normally I use a metal file and swap to paper grids, says Nugs. I mean, I don't have a metal file for this, so it's possible. I mean, I've got like a load of dust everywhere, but it's also when I'm cutting out and I'm cutting, you know, parts down with a knife here, I'm constantly getting like really tiny bits of plastic on the worktop, and at the moment there's like little bits of powder everywhere from me filing, of course, but I'm getting like all kinds of plastic, kind of similar to that size, or maybe a bit smaller, but they're dotted all over the place here, so it's looking a bit of a mess at the moment, and I almost messed up my English there. Talking a bit too quick. Have this this weird habit of talking way too fast and then having to slow it down for some people, depending, or you know, if I notice it myself, I'm gonna slow it down. I can hear the police in the background here. Expect them to come past in a moment and be like, hey, you got a license for that Gunpla? I think those are the arms. I'll wait for a little bit because I need to check out all these runners, because we're doing alright here with this build. I can't wait to get onto like the guard custom and the striker, because at least I've got other suits now, because I was just calling them out the other day and saying I need other suits for after this one's done, so I can continue the project while I'm waiting for other suits. And sure enough, HLJ is like, yo, it's at your doorstep now. Do you have a vacuum for the powder? I mean, I can use the vacuum. The powder's not a big deal, it's just how many small plastic parts there are, you know, that I've cut off. The shavings. At least I aim the filings into the box and dispose of them later. Yeah, the thing is, it's like, I don't mind, they're all on the table, there's none on the floor, which is a miracle, to be honest. But, it's no big deal, it's just the amount of plastic that comes off these things, especially when you're filing down, and then, obviously, shaving off plastic to make things be the correct shape. It's a bit crazy. I always find that there's a lot of mess, even if, say, like for instance, I have a box underneath me, there always ends up being a lot of mess, and there's always that one nub that just explodes, you know, and goes everywhere, like the last time where I think it ended up hitting a box over here or whatever. I've seen a dude with a tiny cute vacuum for plastic, says Nugs. Dude, you're gonna have to show me that. Sounds awesome. Like having a really tiny vacuum to plug in and then just be like zzz while I'm doing stuff would be awesome. Okay, just have a look at this a little bit closer. Okay, that knob is fine. I don't want to go over these surfaces too much, you see. The reason why I'm doing it off camera is primarily because I can get a little bit of a better look at it up close, because my vision is primarily close range, so I can see stuff real good up close. But for this, because I'm having to hold it at like an arm's distance, not too good. So I'm using my my glasses to kind of try and keep track of everything while everything's under the scissor arm on camera. It's a battery-powered egg-shaped vacuum, says Nugs. Sounds crazy. Okay. Let's file this down a little bit more. Last time we talked about rounded surfaces, we talked a little bit about GBO2, a little bit more about Gundam, obviously. Honestly, I'm still thinking of getting around to watching UC stuff properly, so I can actually do videos on that, because I've noticed at the moment, with me not being on GBO2, I have to make those views somehow. Oh, also, there's an interesting one, because the virtual tour of the Gunpla Expo, I think I'll do a stream of that later on at some point, because it's really nice to see. I thought it'd be a pretty interesting one to explore with you guys, because they have one really interesting section for the GBN game thing that they're working on, and it's really tiny, like really tiny. It's almost like they don't want to give anything away for the moment. It's super top secret, you know. Although I feel like that it's like that with most video games. They keep everything behind the scenes while it's a work in progress. Okay. Just scooted over the table, no problem, says Nugs. I swear I'm not jelly. I know, right? I'm actually sounding a bit envious of that vacuum now. Exram says, what Gundam shows have you already seen? Okay, so, in order of when I watched them, Wing first, then G Gundam, then 8th Team, then Stardust Memory, then Double O, then Fighters, Fighters Try, Divers, Build Divers Re-Rise, Beginning G, Unicorn. As you can tell, I'm kind of all over the place here. War in the Pocket. Trying to think what else I've seen, because I've probably missed out something here. Endless Waltz. Trying to think of stuff that I definitely have seen. I've seen bits of Seed and bits of Destiny. What else? Age. IBO. This is all the, well, mostly the newer stuff. I've seen the Evolved stuff, like they had a while ago, all the CGI stuff that they did. F91. F91's really cool, I like it. Trying to think of what else I've watched. Unfortunately, watched G Savior ages ago, but we don't talk about that one. No. Haven't you seen the original series? Hey Zero, I haven't seen the original series, unfortunately. So no original Gundam, no Zeta, no Double Zeta, and the reason for that is because I've just not got round to it. I've mentioned this before multiple times, but when it comes to Gundam, what happened was, when I could have watched the original series, I instead was playing Dynasty Warriors Gundam. So what happened was I ended up playing a lot of that, and that kind of gave me an insight as to, you know, like what takes place in the UC era. But yeah, I've still not seen them yet, which is really unfortunate, and I should go back and watch them, because even though I know the basics of what happens in UC, like early UC, I'd still like to at least see, you know, the character interactions and stuff. Because I feel like it's kind of a disservice to turn around and be like, oh yeah, I really like Gundam, I really like stuff like Unicorn or whatever, and then not have watched UC. Oh, Thunderbolt as well. I forgot about Thunderbolt. I've seen Thunderbolt. I mean, you've heard me harp on about Thunderbolt plenty of times, but I'm just trying to get the arms done here now. Hope this is in shot. I'm like looking to the side. Jesus Christ, there's another nub that's just come off here. That moment where they have the nubs deliberately designed so they explode when you're taking them off the runner. Like, excuse me, can you just stay on the runner, please? Until I cut you off? Zeros... Oh no, I've seen that. Random, but I hate bots, says Zero. But yeah, it's like I was saying before, most of the stuff that I know about UC is from Dynasty Warriors Gundam, because the first couple of Dynasty Warriors games hammer home the UC storyline repeatedly. So you get to know it more or less, I wouldn't say inside out, but you get to know it a great deal from just that game, because you go over it over and over and over again, especially considering if you want to get the all the achievements, you have to go through the storylines over and over and over, so you're repeating like standard Gundam, then Zeta, then double Zeta, over and over and over again for each character, and it becomes very tiresome, but you know, it's still fun. It's kind of easy then to watch UC in order, says X-Ram. Yeah, it's like I was saying to Nova a couple of weeks back, I'm gonna have to do it because it's something I've really missed out on, and I shouldn't. No. Zero says, my issue is I can't stand to watch OG Gundam. It's not that it's bad, it's just the animation period. Oh yeah, well the animation is really old. I mean, I don't mind about that. I'll sit down and more or less watch anything animation-wise as long as it's entertaining and has a good story. You know. Nope, come on. Come on. Trying to make sure I don't lose these small parts of the side of the arms here. Bendy animation, says Nugs. Yeah, the memes about the Gundam being able to hide its entire body behind the tower shield or something like that, so only the head is poking out. I've seen those. I think everybody has at this point. Mostly MS proportion, says Zero. Yeah, the exact same thing I was on about. Proof says, yeah, I can relate. It's just a bit too old for my taste. It must just be me then. Oh. I think I've got to that point where I'm just kind of indifferent about stuff. Although saying this, I say it on stream now and then I go watch it later and be like, guys, I can't watch it. It's terrible. No. That would be pretty bad if I did that. What the? Oh, that's the head spike? Yeah, I didn't realize what 19 was there. I was looking at the runner and I'm like, what is that? It's the spike that goes on top of the head. Right, now I know that. I've got to make sure I cut that out very, very delicately. Come on now. If I can just cut around it and then put it in the bag and then cut it out at a later point. There we go. I'll be sat here thinking, why is there a bit of runner in the head baggie? And then next minute it's like, oh no, I remember what it was. Where's the head? Body, saber, arms. Actually need the arms for now. And head? Yeah, head. There we go. I'm confused there. Nug says, to be fair, Mecha was still super young. Yeah. I like how Mecha's evolved over the years into some really crazy concepts, and then it's unfortunate that it's kind of, like a couple of YouTubers have mentioned before, like Giguk and stuff, it's kind of died down in recent years. The only stuff we've had is things like Darling and the Franxx. Like, the most recent stuff we've had, IBO, Darling and the Franxx, Re-Rise, Ava, but that comes out like every blue moon, and it's not really mecha. You guys know what I mean, like the Avas are basically just angels with body armor on. Trying to think what else has come out. Has there been so little, or is it just me? Like, if you classified it as just giant robots for mecha, then hardly anything's come out, but you can include other stuff, like, for instance, if you were to include, say, like, Sentai because of the mecha stuff in that, or other things that have just mechanical things in it, then there's a lot more stuff, but just giant robots in general have kind of not gone out of fashion, just we're waiting for a resurgence. Yeah. Nug says, to put it simply, they didn't understand how to animate machines, so it turned out way more organic, like a man dressed in armor. Yeah, so kind of like with Sentai, where they have the guys in the robot suits. Oh, come on now, where's this other nub? I know I saw another nub around here. There's one there. Did I get? Oh, I see. I got them all. There's one on a peg, one on a ball joint, and then one on the side. Really, I should do these tiny parts first. Can I use? Ah. Oh, can I use this pipe without breaking anything? There we go. So this bit of a runner I can use to get a little bit of extra grip on, like I did the last time. Like I said, I'm only going to do a little bit of this. We've been going for like, what, 26 minutes? I figure I'll go home for another like 25 just to just get the arms done, not go overboard. I feel like if I can enjoy myself, have a good chat with you guys, and also get some progress done each day that I decide to do this, then I'm happy. And it won't be completely overdoing it and killing me. There's that other nub. Come on now. I don't want to file this down too much because of the detail, but... Did I stretch that out because of the, Am I seeing plastic? Were there because of that? I'm not sure whether I've stretched the plastic out now because of that, because I swear I'm seeing like tiny stress marks. Maybe I shouldn't do that in future. Let's compare these together now. You guys won't be able to see it, but I will. Okay, so yeah, I've potentially stretched it just a tiny bit. It's not too noticeable, but it's something that I shouldn't do for future parts, just in case, because I don't want stress marks being on the plastic. Bad idea, Dave. Bad idea. Ow. Okay. Exram says, so the series you haven't seen are the original Gundam and its trilogy movies, Zeta and its trilogy movies, Double Zeta, Victory, Turn A, Gundam Seed, Destiny, Stargazer, Gundam X, and MSC Glue. Yeah, you're exactly right, Exram. Again, I can never, I've said this before plenty of times, but I can never seem to finish Seed, primarily just because of all the crying. I don't know whether it gets better and people stop crying as much later on in it, but the crying definitely puts me off. Primarily because... like, you can have crying and emotion in a story. We've seen that from plenty of other parts of Gundam that have had, like, crying or emotional scenes in them that have actually felt like they had weight to them. But, I don't know, there's something about Seed. I think it's the way that it's wrote or designed. Just the way that the characters don't seem to be... I don't know, maybe it's just me, because my personality is normally, if I need to do something, I'll just get up and do it if nobody else is doing it, you know, just for the sake of getting it over and done with. And I think I'm projecting a little bit when I say, like, Kira really needs to just grow some at the beginning of the story, because no matter what, like, the outcome, the outcome for the battles at the beginning is a lot worse if he doesn't get in the Gundam. And yet, he wastes plenty of time just crying about, oh, I don't want to get in the Gundam. And it's like, seriously, dude, just get in the Gundam, do your job. But I don't want to do this, I'm a pacifist. It's like, yeah, but you do realize everybody's going to die if you don't. Next episode repeats the same thing over and over and over and over. Oh, it's so terrible. You know... I absolutely hate it. It's just do it, you know. It's like if you ask anyone with common sense, what would they do in a do or die situation? Either do something that they may not agree with but is necessary, or just end up dead because you cried about it too much. I'm sure they'd turn around and well, most people would turn around and be like, yeah, I think I'm going to do that thing I don't particularly like, as long as it means my survival, or that everybody else kind of survives, and instead Kira wastes what seems like a good 10-15 minutes just crying every single episode. I'm not down for that. I'm really not down for that. Like I said, I don't know whether I'm projecting or whatever, because you got to take into account, oh, he's a high school kid, you know, or a college student, I can't remember which one. It's like, he's not sort of used to battle or anything, you know, he's a peace-loving guy. It's like, yeah, that's fine, but when he's literally being held at gunpoint, well, almost at gunpoint for most of this, being told basically, look, if you don't get in the suit, you're gonna get people killed, and he's just like, oh no, it's totally fine, I don't care, I'm just gonna cry some more. It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? It's like Evangelion, but worse as no. That's the exact thing I was thinking, you know. Oh, hey, Sin. I'm fondling my Master Grade Death Scythe right now, feeling the immense pain. Parts call off on the back and... I'm assuming you meant fall off. On the back of the skirts left and right. Zero says, Stargazer is the only good thing, or one of the only good things to come out of Seed. That's the thing, like, everybody always says the only good things to come out of Seed are Stargazer and Astray. And I think I agree, even though I've not really seen much, you know, primarily because it's just a big put-off to have Kira crying all the time. It's just a waste of time instead of flowing character development. Did you watch the narrative, Moody? I've not got round to watching narrative yet. I got really hyped about it and then I couldn't find anywhere to watch it, so I'll have to see if I can some way watch it, because like with usual, you know, stuff, if I can't find it, I'll wait till people upload stuff on YouTube. So I've seen some of the combat sequences, you know, but apart from that, I've not actually seen the entire movie that gives context to everything. But I have seen the most of the battle sequences that were uploaded on YouTube that look pretty awesome. The thing is, the characters actually get development, says Zero. Wait, in Stargazer? Or am I... You know, am I thinking something else? Sin says, Double Zeta is an underrated gem. Like I said, I can't wait to eventually get around to watch some of these, because I got plenty of time. It's just I can't do Seed. Seed is going to be like a massive undertaking from me. I feel like I'm going to have to literally just switch my brain off for Seed, because if I keep nitpicking at it, I'm just not going to get through it. It's like, I've tried watching it twice now, and both times where I've tried reviewing the episodes, I get to episode 12, and I just bail. Because it's too many episodes of the same thing. Kira, get in the Gundam. No, I'm not getting in the Gundam. But people will die. Okay, I guess I'll get in the Gundam. Kills people or defends the Archangel. Gets out the Gundam. Proceeds to cry again. It's like, dude, seriously? What are you doing to me here? This was about the same time that I can't remember what I was watching. It wasn't Seed, but Seed came out around about, what was it, 2004? 2003, 2004? I'm trying to remember what I was doing during that time. Like, what I was watching. Because that was coming off the back of, like, 2003, Toonami would still be a thing. I think it'd have, like, Dragon Ball and Gundam on at the same time. Because I used to watch them both back to back. I've told that story before on stream. But, after they got rid of Wing, at least on European Toonami, I don't remember them playing any other Gundam show for ages. And then I remember, like, specifically because my family didn't have much money, we weren't able to pay for the channel, so we couldn't get Toonami anymore. So that might have been why I missed out. I can't remember what I was watching during that time. F91 is on YouTube right now. Oh, I know. F91 is real nice. I like it primarily because of the fact that it leads into Crossbone, and also the music. Like, Eternal Wind is so damn good as a track. It's got sort of that late 80s, early 90s vibe to it. It's so damn good. I think I've explained this to people before, like with music and things, but the 80s specifically had this drum beat that, well, specific sounding drum that you can hear in most sort of songs of the era, and once you recognize it, it's like, oh wait, I know those drums, those sound really awesome, and then when you hear them in anything else, it's like, oh, okay, that's neat. It's hard to describe, but yeah, if you go listen to like any 80s songs or whatever, you'll hear the drum, and then just go listen to like a couple of other different songs, and you'll hear the same style drum. Seed may be bad, but at least it's not its cursed cousin, Fafnir. Wait, what? I swear I've heard of Fafnir before, but it eludes me for the moment. You know, I'm gonna have to look that one up later, because I swear I know of the name of it. It's like most things, like with video games. If, like, I'd say my video game knowledge was extensive, but it's like, if I've not played it myself, I know of its reputation or name of a game normally, because I've been getting so interested in video games. But Fafnir sounds familiar, and I just don't know why. Zero says, also, what is it with the Gundam series getting cancelled near the end? I don't know. Exram says, from what I remember from Seed, the second half when Kira gets the freedom was better than beginning because he cried less and was more determined. That's like 30 odd episodes in. If I remember rightly, it's 38 where the freedom appears to save the Archangel. During the mission where the Antarctica base, I think, is going to get destroyed with a Cyclops weapon. The only reason I know that is because whenever you search up Freedom Gundam on YouTube, it always brings up that episode, and I always watch it for a laugh because the Freedom is a really good design. That's why I keep saying I like the original Freedom design, but not the Strike Freedom, because the Strike Freedom is known for its utter beam spam. Or at least the Freedom isn't that crazy. Still crazy overpowered, but not as bad as the Strike Freedom. Sin says, I will literally download the entirety of Double Zeta when it becomes available on YouTube again and spam everyone with countless links. Fafnir is literally seed characters thrown into something like Muv-Love. Oh. Oh. That doesn't sound too good. Shinju says, the show with just as much same-face syndrome as Seed. Oh, because the art style. To be honest, the Seed art style doesn't... It's annoying because it's not that good. Like, the same artist, I think if I remember rightly, did or worked on, what was it, Crossange? Because there's the Freedom's beam rifle and shield in that, and the main, like, robot in that is coloured a lot like the Freedom or the Strike Freedom, but Crossange doesn't suffer too much from the whole same character face syndrome thing. Thank God. It was an alright show though. It wasn't amazing, but it was something to watch. It had a little bit of an interesting twist to it, at least. I prefer the Strike Freedom, honestly, says Sin. It looks a little bit cooler. I mean, I'm not so sure about the gold frame. Like, the gold inner frame for me just doesn't work. I prefer the more basic, sort of standard-looking suit. The Dragoons, I think, were a bit overkill, to be honest. I preferred the, what was it, the railguns on the wings from the original Freedom. Because they kept the, I think it was the railguns on the skirts. I liked the weapons on the wings rather than the Dragoons. And then you got the beam rifle. Oh, it's... God damn it, YouTube cutting out my music again in the background here. You've been playing this for 30 minutes, so we're going to auto-stop it and ask you, do you want to keep playing it? Yes, I do, Susan, leave me alone. Okay, let's see. Nug says, I always watch Arthur and Infinite Justice versus Shin once a year. Nug says, Cross Ange is trash, but I didn't mind watching it. Yeah, like I said, there's some mecha shows like Cross Ange and Aldenoa Zero that they're not amazing. They've got little bits to them which are fun to watch, yeah, but generally you can turn your brain off and just enjoy them. I can't do that with Seed. I really can't do that with Seed, and that's saying a lot because a lot of other people would turn around and be like, oh yeah, Aldenoa Zero and Cross Ange are just absolute trash. You know, they're not worth watching. It's like, no, there are bits. I can't remember specifically with Cross Ange. There are some really good fight sequences in it, but it's not amazing. It's not one of the shows that I would recommend, like, when people say, oh, mecha shows, what would you watch? You know, it's like, obviously Gundam would be one of the choices, Big O would be another one. Trying to think what else I'd watch. Mazinger. Trying to think off the top of my head. Code Geass. Code Geass is so good as a mecha show. It's like one of my favorites. Oh, come on now. Is that a nub right next to a detailed part? Oh god, it is. I better not file that down. There's like a small indent here that I've got to... Gundam Age featuring Granddaddy Nuke the Vacants. So should you... That got neutralized by Susan because of the word nuke in it. Let's see. Moody, just watch one episode of Fafner, then commit unlife because of what you've seen to Zoltris. I'll give that one a pass. I'll definitely give that one a pass. Okay, Zero says, it can't use Dragoons in Atmosphere, pointless gold-plated frame, all the various design issues. That's one thing I've seen people debating about recently with the Re-Rise Backlog, was the whole thing about using Dragoons in the Atmosphere, because of the Martian atmosphere. It's interesting seeing fans go over the either inconsistencies or just little details that they remember. Age is a good show. Yeah, I like Age. Even though it gives you that existential dread of your life eventually ending. You know, if you get really too deep into it. I know I got that. I ended up with Thanatophobia because of it. You know, the random fear of death. I think it's because you get to see an entire, like, family plotline play out. It's just like, oh, I know where this is going at the end. It's kind of sad. Kind of sad. No joke as well, that actually happened. I didn't have that problem until I watched Age, and then I was like, oh, now I'm actually contemplating my own mortality a lot more than I should do. Nervous laugh by me there. Zero says, like in The Legend or Providence, can use theirs in Atmosphere due to them being able to pivot? Wait, what? Oh, yeah, because of the way the funnels are designed. Infinite Justice versus Sin says Sin. Yes, I did fight the Infinite Justice in a PD1. How did you know? I know I messed that one up. Shinju says, good to me. Oh, I've read that one. Exram says, don't get me started with Cross Ange. The male lead, it's Kira with Setsuna's voice, and the villain is Raul LaCruz. I mean, you're not wrong. The main villain at the very end is really weird with his harassment style motive. You know, I'm gonna have to just leave it at that because of YouTube and its policies about what you say and what you don't say. If I say any keywords, it'll probably pick them up and be like, so anyway, this video is demonetized. But you guys will know what I mean if you've seen Cross Ange. Nug says, I binged Code Geass. Oh, I just binged Code Geass, and I made the mistake of watching the Resurrection movie. Got serious orange herd whiplash. Wait, what? I've still not seen the movie yet. Like, I want to watch it, but at the same time, it's like I don't think it was really needed. Primarily because, like, I want to watch to see what happens with Lelouch and everybody. But at the same time, it's like the way the original show ended with the sacrifice for everybody. That was nice and poetic, and I really liked it. One of the favorite scenes from that for me is where Lelouch returns, and he's got the fire in the background from the flamethrowers. I think it's on one of the islands, and he's got the nightmares either side with the spears raised as he's walking straight through them, just on foot. And he's like, whoever wants to challenge me and has more rage than I do, come at me. So good. So good. Absolutely love Code Geass. With Spinzaku. That got memed so hard. Nugs, oh, I've seen that one. Zero says, I also like the fact that the Vulture Lumia system doesn't work like that. Like it's a freaking solar sail for deep space travel. Hey Sabreeze. I've been good. Nice to see you around again. Ultra says, basically Fafnir is Fist of the North Star, except Kenshiro is the villain and all the characters are basically fodder. What? Nug says, you can't watch it without watching the other 3 remastered movies. Isn't that because they retcon stuff? Like, for instance, Shirley didn't die. Like, in the original, Shirley dies, and it's really impactful. It gets Lelouch to kind of think about his powers and how to control them and stuff, or try to. And in the remakes, apparently Shirley doesn't die, which is really stupid. I know a lot of people were impacted by her death in the original series, but that's what it's there for. It's to be impactful. A lot of retcons. God damn it. If it's a retcon series of movies which then sets up that, then I don't see the point. You know, go off the original, because the original was so impactful. Sin says, hey Moody, have you considered watching Votoms or Space Runaway? Not yet. I've seen bits of Votoms here and there. Shirley is what gave me super whiplash, says Nugs. See, the thing is, it's like, I've been saying this over and over and over for multiple streams. I'm on the record for it basically now, but when you write a character to die, you don't want them to then come back at some other point, because it totally gets rid of the sacrifice. I realize, yeah, they probably retconned it because Shirley's a popular character, you know, because she's a potential love interest, but that's what made it so impactful. You know, it's like Lelouch is out there doing all this crazy stuff and being basically the #1 bad guy. I was gonna say other stuff then, but I realized if you say certain other things, then YouTube might flag you for that. So we all know what the group, the mercenary group that he has, or the group he has are. Can't really say that word though, because otherwise, like I said, YouTube will probably fire off at me. So, you know. But yeah, it's you want to have an impactful death because it gives the characters motivation, it gets them to think about stuff, and it gives the audience a shock factor instead of just bringing them back or just retconning the entire storyline. Let's see. Many arcs were removed, says Nugs. God damn it. There are so many arcs in Code Geass that set up what will happen in the end. You know, they're there for a reason. I feel like if you just go around retconning everything, it's not going to be the same and it won't have the same impact. Because the whole point of Lelouch's sacrifice at the very end of the original was that, you know, he's gone through all this struggle. You get to see him struggle with everything, including his own powers, repeatedly, and multiple people die because of him. And he really starts, you know, feeling the pressure and regret, which makes him launch the Zero Requiem plan. And then, at the very end, when he dies, it's like, oh, okay, you went through all of this struggle, but at least it paid off, because now everyone's at peace. You know, and and then they just go ahead and retcon everything like it never happened, and do it different ways. You know, it's like, we can do this better a different way. It's like, please don't touch it. There's a reason why this was impactful and why everybody at the time when watching it was like, what? Yeah. Because I know when Shirley's death happened, I was like, oh, wow. You know, the way that it sets her up. That was pretty crazy. Plus a couple of other deaths. I'm trying to remember all of them in any specific way that they hit hard. Because, like, I think I've mentioned it before with things like 00, where I've said, like, I remember the internet mourning Lock-on Stratos. That was a day to remember. The amount of posts just saying, like, RIP Lock-on and see you later Space Cowboy and stuff on different websites. That was something I haven't seen since for a character. You know. That was crazy. Let's read chat here. For example, the Mind Reader guy doesn't exist. They never went to China. God damn it. Phantom says, what kit are you on? I'm just getting to the end of the Gian, really. They retconned so much, but, of course, they left in the Yuffie event. Well, I mean, they kind of had to, you know. I'm assuming by Yuffie's event, you mean the one at the stadium. Because that's the one thing that spurs Suzaku on. Yeah. So yeah, the stadium event is crucial to the plotline because of how it goes down. Where Yuffie's like, I must kill all the Japanese. And then goes absolutely crazy. That was another one that was hard hitting when that first got aired. Or rather when I saw it. I remember that and being like, oh no, no. And then next minute, everybody's getting shot up like crazy. I'm just like, oh, this is not nice. This is really not nice. And then she ends up dying. Lelouch ends up shooting her with a pistol. It's like, oh no. Oh no. And then of course Suzaku loses it. You know. That was a hard-hitting death. I wish writers would learn from character deaths, you know? Because, like, again, the season 1 finale never happens. Wait, what? The meeting on the island? I'm trying to remember. I swear it was like the meeting on the island and Lelouch gets captured. Could be remembering that wrong. That's just the one of the bin bags there. Yup, that never happens. God damn it! Why do they retcon so much? Seriously, leave my show alone. Right, let's see. C1 here. Let's take this off for the moment. We can find out where these parts go later on. I'm just trying to cut up the runners so I can put them in the recycling bags for later on, or if I need to use the runners for other things, because it's extra plastic, you know. Phantom says, have you gotten the Dovin? No. I haven't got the Dovin Wolf. What do you think the new banner will be? Well, we've just gotten the Dovin Wolf and things. Honestly, don't know. With Double Zeta, like I said, I'm not too familiar on it. Honestly, don't know. The new banner could be anything at this point. You know, they're going through Double Zeta real fast. It'll be interesting to see what happens once they've finished Double Zeta. Like, I'm not a good one for guessing suits anyway in the banners. Like, the only time I've actually been semi-good at that was when we were calling it out really early about the stuff like the Ground Gundam, or sorry, the Easy 8 and the Goof coming out. But it was kind of understandable when it was really early in the game's life cycle, because you could more or less call anything and it'd be pretty much safe, you know. You could turn around and be like, oh, I reckon the Goof Custom and the Easy 8 will come out, and then bang, they come out. Or like for instance, calling out the Blue Destiny units. Nug says, goes direct from the failed Tokyo occupation to Lelouch with no memory. Oh, god damn it! Messing around with my show. Seriously, I hate it when people retcon stuff in their own show and it affects it negatively. Sin says, with the release of the Novamorph, it's safe to assume we're going to reach Gundam Sentinel territory by now. God knows. I'm just going to sit by and watch what happens. Backpack. Backpack. Right. What we'll do is... Let's see, I'm just finishing up certain pieces. The backpack is literally 2 parts and then one clasp that fits on the back. B150. So I think I'll cut the backpack out and get this done. Possibly the bits of the head unit, and then next time we'll finish up with all the joints and everything. So next time we'll be probably onto the guard custom, getting that sorted, which will be fun. I'm just going to, like I said, finish up the body parts here, because I can put like the neck and stuff in the head bag. Because normally I do these streams for about an hour anyway, so put that there. And then this is the head section. Come on, where are we at? Trying to just find it in the manual just in case. B127, yeah. So this is the interior of the face mask. Jesus Christ, those bits of the runner are a bit awkward to get to. So those bits of the head, those bits of the backpack. A lot of excess bits of runner at the moment. Right, those are the arms. Those need to be sealed so nothing comes out there. Let's see. Head. Right, let's work on these bits and then we'll do the backpack. Nug says, to be fair, really big retcons aren't new in Code Geass. The manga never had nightmare frames. Wait, what? What? I'm gonna have to look at the manga now. Because the one thing that I liked about the anime was the nightmare frames primarily. The story was good, yeah, but the nightmare frames were always fun. I'm a simple monkey brain when it comes to giant robots. It's like, I see giant robots and immediately I'm like, yes, I like this. Somebody get me that line from Jobby's video from David K. from Beast Wars. Yes. Every time I see a giant robot, I'm like, yep, this is awesome. I like this. Nobody ever talks about it, says Nugs. Jeez. Okay, so that's the neck done. That can go in there. Proof says, no nightmare frames. Does that mean Spinzaku was running around on the battlefield spin-kicking people? Also, finally I have sound on, says Shinju. Wait, what? Did you not have sound on before? Like a really tiny nub there that I had to get rid of. I'm gonna have to relax my hands after this because I'm doing testing for Mechanites later on, so I want to have my hands available for that. Then again, my hands are feeling okay today. It might just be a case of overuse on certain things. Like, I've been playing a lot of the Time Manning game, like you guys have seen me on stream. I've not streamed it for the past couple of days, mainly because of my hands being a bit funny, but I think it might just be overuse because my joints have been absolutely killing. I mentioned it on the previous stream, but it would make sense as to why they're okay now when I'm doing not too much. feel like if I go and dunk my hands in water again, I'll be fine. And god damn it, Susan! Seriously, keep pausing every half an hour? Get off my back. She's done it again. Every time the music pauses, it's because of Susan. I hate it when that happens. Really do. Music will be playing, I'll be nice, chilling out, and the next moment, just boop. Your music has paused. Are you sure you want to keep playing? Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't play the damn thing. Now leave me alone. I was on a train, Moody, says Shinju. Ah. Fair enough. Okay, let's see. There's the torso. I love the way we can easily pick out in which baggie, which parts are in which because of the shapes and stuff. Okay, so file that down a little bit. Get this backpack done, and then we're done for today. Oh. Cole says, what do you think the new suit could be? I honestly don't know. I keep saying I hope we get the violent custom. I guess, like I was saying before, the new suit could be absolutely anything at this point. It's like Nova was saying to me, we're so far through Zeta and Double Zeta at this point. They've gone through it so fast, they're going to have to start sort of backtracking a little bit to give the game more longevity. Because I imagine they want the game to last at least 4 or 5 years. I mean, how long did GBO 1 last? Because I'm not familiar with GBO 1. I'm familiar with GBO 2, yeah, because I started that from day 1, but I'm not familiar with the original. I think it was 6 years, says Proof. Okay, so if they want it to last roughly about the same amount of time, you'd think that they'd slow things down a little bit. You know. The heck is this song? So this is Shamar and Sans nighttime theme from Sonic Unleashed? Okay. I was wondering what was going on there, because it's got a bit of a groove thing going on. So it's that bit of the backpack done. Cole says, I thought we'd see Double Zeta stuff by the end of 2020 if BB had just kept Zeta only suits for banners. Yeah, they've really tried to speed up through this, and I don't know why. Maybe they got some other stuff in the pipeline later that's be more interesting, I don't know. You'd think that they'd... See, the thing is, with like games and stuff, you'd think that they'd slowly drip feed mobile suits so that you'd stay interested when a new suit came out. Like, they've got to release them kind of consistently, yeah, but you'd think, because they've got such a wide variety of mobile suits to lean on in terms of releases and things, that they'd kind of take it gradually instead of going all in on Double Zeta and then just being like, so, yeah, slow down now. Exram says, GBO 1 didn't have weekly suits, it was like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, you know, like maybe every 2 or 3 weeks. Seems like a little bit more of a drip feed to allow you to kind of get excited a little bit more and then like plan whether you wanted it or not and give you a little bit more time to get tokens as well. The Narrative Gundam has a modeling game. Oh yeah, we know. Like, when they did the promos for Narrative, they had the modeling game. I'm on record already as saying, I'd like the violent custom. I'd like one of the jesters, the Stark Jagan, and the narrative, at least. You know, hell, I'd even go for the Echoist Jagan. Oh, just want more Freddy suits. Gustav Karl would be interesting. But again, all the stuff that I'm asking for is stuff from like Unicorn and things, because I know them a little bit better, you know, animation-wise. This leads into the conversation that we were having before about me needing to get a little bit more familiar with some of the earlier UC stuff. Oop. Proof says I'm waiting for the Full Armor Mark III. Sin's still waiting on that, the Full Armor BD1 that I think I showed off in one of the manga panels or something. I swear it was one of the manga panels I showed off on Discord ages ago. See, I wish they'd, in relation to like rival suits and things like that, I wish they'd actually kept up the double banner thing. They probably would have burned through suits a lot quicker. But I wish they'd have kept it up for a little while, you know, where it's like they did the Goof Custom and the Easy 8 more or less in the same banner. I remember it being a double banner. It's the same with the Gelgoog and the original Gundam. And they kept doing that for a while. They had the Ifrit and the BD1 and they released them as double banners. And then all of a sudden they just stopped doing double banners and for ages it was just Zeke suits. And it's just like, yeah, I know you got plenty of Zeke suits, but seriously, you know. Shinju says, I'd welcome any suit from Unicorn. I really want to see the... Oh god, I don't know how to pronounce that. Just a variant of the Gallus. I'm just going to say that because it's easier for me than me trying to pronounce it and make an embarrassment of myself. Even more than I normally am. Nug says, it seems like they're adding the rest of Double Zeta before the Christmas event hits. Like, a lot of people seem to think that the Christmas event is going to be the Shah's counterattack stuff. And that it's going to be the new and the Sazabi on like a double banner. Be incredibly interested if it was. The last double banner was the GPO1 and GPO2. Oh god, yeah. I forgot about that. That was for the anniversary event. The second anniversary event. Full Armor Slave Wraith from GBO1 is still missing. See, I imagine, because the graphics seem to be still, I'm not going to say like amazing, but they seem to be pretty decent for this gen. You'd think that they'd just reuse some of the suit models and just change the material shaders on them. You know. Because they got the models there already. All they have to do is code it all in. The new and the Sazabi would be broken. Give me the Rigazi first with its dumb expensive backpack. I wonder if the O will be the Christmas banner. The O is going to be interesting if they put that in primarily because of its multi-arm beam saber thing going on. It's the Gallus that punched the Jagan's face with the knuckle shields and had a chain mine. Oh, the blue one. It has like the punchy arms that have the knuckle. Yeah, the knuckle shield. Sorry, that's the one that I'm thinking. The blue Gallus from Unicorn that ends up on the ship and then gets taken out by the, was it the Echoist Jagan? With the pistol. Just making sure I clean this up here. Seriously, I'm gonna have to go back and watch Unicorn and do like a review with you guys, you know, or a breakdown like I've been doing for some of the other stuff, because I need to do some of that stuff to keep up with content production, but instead I've just been kind of chilling out and doing practically nothing apart from kits and video game testing. Always doing something, just not content for the moment, apart from these build streams. Like the Tristan, I think they'll add the narrative stuff before Shah's counterattacks as Nugs. I mean, that would make sense given timeline-wise, you know, because of the the narrative's supposed to be the test bed platform for the new Gundam. I still like the narrative in its Scarecrow form. You know, the form that comes out of the APAC when they get it on the transport ship again. I just love the minimalistic design of it with like no sort of exterior armor on. It looks creepy a little bit for a mobile suit design, but only because it's not got that extra armor to cover it up. It just looks totally different to most other mobile suits, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's got the Gundam head thing going on, so automatically it makes it better. It's like the silly intimidation tactic from 8th team, where it's like, as long as it's got a Gundam head, it's intimidating. I think we went on about my silly logic behind that, where it's like, just slap a Gundam head on anything and I'll enjoy it. You know. Narrative should have been treated with more respect, honestly, says Sid. Oh, right, guys. I'm going to call it there because I need to give my hands a break. But before we finish up, what have we got here? Let's see. I'm looking at a grey runner now. I'm just trying to match with the manual here, and the manual's actually falling all over the place, so I'll just let it fall on the desk there for a moment. We can make out the shield sections here, which I need to do. I think those are internals for the shoulders, I'm not entirely sure. Over here we've got what looks like the knees, shoulder, I think. Just general joints. I think that's bits of plastic dust getting on my chest there. But so far we've done most of the exterior armor. Let's check where these blue sections are on the dark blue runner, because I think they're on the inside of the arms, but I could be wrong. Love the poses this thing can have. Right. Okay, so it's not on the inside of the arms. So where do those dark blue bits go? Do they go on the shoulders? No, those are polycaps. Oh no, wait, no, I was right. C1, 3, of which there's 2 of them, which are these ones. Yep. Those are part of the chest armor, so that's interesting. Should put them in the chest baggie. So at least after that's done, then it's mostly interior stuff, and then yeah, we're on to the other suits, of which I do have here. We've recently today got the Guard Custom and the Gym Striker, so I think I'll be starting the Guard Custom first. Love all these poses and stuff, and the articulation on the foot there. I don't know whether you guys can see that. Just how it shows the joint being able to bend pretty well. That's cool. That. Anyway, let's see what chat says before I close up here. Did you see the Kasi Gundam high grade? Yeah. Unicorn is after Shah's counterattack. Yes, it is. I love the builds of the narrative Gundam. I saw new customs of the G-Savior. Oh no, not the G-Savior. Right. I'm going to give it a break there for a little bit. Might do another one of these streams later on, but not a build stream. It'll be a look around the Gunpla Expo and virtual, you know, like the virtual tour that they have online. Thinking of doing that, so yeah, stick around and I shall see you guys later on. Hope you've enjoyed. Thanks very much if you leave a like. Thanks very much to everyone that's been in chat. It all really helps out the channel. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye!